In this video, we will discuss how to minimize damage from light sources and how different light impacts your artwork. So without further delay, let's get started. What is UV damage? First, let's define what UV damage is in this context. UV damage is the gradual discoloration of pigments, such can be seen on this photo of the piano. The most severe UV damage is caused by sunlight, usually from open windows. Other sources of UV light are light bulbs and other light-emitting fixtures, for example old CRT monitors and TVs. Light damage. Some studies suggest that older antiques can be damaged by the mere presence of light. This needs to be taken into consideration when illuminating older, frailer antiques and finishes. Light sources. Different light sources have a very different characteristic. We will start from the worst and work our way to the best form of lighting for your beloved antiques. Sunlight. Sunlight is very damaging to your antiques. It damages objects in several ways, and it is best not to have anything valuable in direct sunlight, as it will become damaged. Another way to minimize sun damage is to install a UV film over all your windows and glass doors, although this will change the color of the light in a way that some people might not like. Fluorescent lighting. Fluorescent lighting is very common in offices and other large spaces. This type of light emits a large amount of UV radiation in comparison to other lighting technologies. In addition to the physical damage, most budget fluorescent tubes create a color cast and only emit a limited spectrum, which will in turn change the nature of the colors. In our opinion, fluorescent light should not be used to illuminate antiques and paintings. Incandescent light bulbs. These are traditional light bulbs. They emit a fair amount of UV radiation, especially the higher powered units. They also increase heat due to their design, and they render a yellow color cast to everything, as they don't produce much blue light. They need to be used carefully, as they may render the colors of your artwork in an unpleasing way. In addition, the heat generated from the higher power units may damage your artwork over time. Halogen light bulbs. Halogen light bulbs emit about the same amount of UV as traditional incandescent light bulbs, and they create a blue color cast. These lights are often very bright and need to be used thoughtfully as not to create a glare. LED light bulbs. LED light bulbs are, in our opinion, one of the best lighting sources, although they are still a bit pricey. Most LEDs create no UV radiation and can be bought in a variety of color temperatures, and they create almost no heat, thus making them very gentle on fragile artworks and antiques. Xenon light bulbs. Xenon bulbs render the closest light to sunlight, and thus render colors faithfully. They also create almost no UV radiation, therefore making them suitable for illuminating artwork for longer periods of time. Lighting power. Now that we are familiar with the lighting technologies, let's talk about lighting intensity. Artwork can become damaged by pure light over time, and thus certain guidelines for maximum light exposure have been set. For most ceramics, glass and metals, between 200 and 300 lux is recommended. For oil and tempera paintings, undyed leather, lacquer, wood, horns, bone, ivory and stone, between 150 and 200 lux is recommended. For watercolored paintings, dyes, manuscripts, prints, drawings, and vulnerable textiles and photos, 50 lux or less is recommended. Next steps. Here are some basic questions to ask. Are any of my antiques in the path of direct sunlight? If so, can they be moved? If they can't be moved, can the windows in question be treated with a UV resistant film? What kind of lighting do I have? Is the lighting too bright for the artwork? If the lighting is dangerous or too bright, can I swap it out with gentler lighting methods? If the lighting cannot be replaced, can I apply UV film on neutral density filters to it? Is my lighting always on, or is it on a timed switch? Thank you for listening to us today, and please share and subscribe. Bye for now.